People will come who loves money, power themselves. The me generation are not even doing it. They are the owner. But to use a me, it's easy with their money. That's what they are doing. You have to understand your strengths from the change of time. How fast your military strengths might not be save you. It has to have holistic this knowledge in people, awareness, teaching, message of love and peace, to unite, to stand. That's what the Tigrayan people is doing. And when they see they will go towards the end, they mean it. And they meant it. Because I, for one, I believe. And that's what I'm doing. We are a peace-loving people. But if our peace is threatened to the extent of our existence between life and death, I'm a fighter. I pick and choose a battle. But because this is not about politics, it's no longer. It's not something that you would say you park yourself outside on the side and be the spectator. It's not. So everybody has to participate, to give and contribute what they have in order to win this battle that's a global effect. People's life is being every second in thousands are dying. The weaker are the one affected and vulnerable. So please, come back to your senses, be a human being. The only thing that we are different from the animals is because of our brain, we think. This is, like I said, the more you know the truth is very painful. I see maybe what you don't see today. Maybe you see it tomorrow. So, again, don't be narrow-minded and see only the in front of you. For German, Europe, other countries in Europe to understand, they really have to understand what's going on in Ethiopia. If they understand, it will be easy to tackle before it's happening. People in the US, you have to understand what's going on in Ethiopia. Because it's where the first problem is. Kushner wants Palestinian land and the West Bank to be given Israel. MBZ wants Ethiopia to take over. That's what the deal started. Now it's expanding. They modify it as of July 2000, as of July 19, by this Israel and Arab no aggression accord. Those people give away something. You have to understand they don't give away and let go something just like that, but they want to have the more. You have to see the negative, that conspiracy, who will be affected. Ethiopia is already defeated. If they take over Tigray, that's over. It's a done deal already. Ethiopia politics die. That's why our politicians are in prison. Like I say, it's a betrayal. Use, abuse, and victimize. You can go and see a good example. Jawar in Ethiopia from the Oromo people, an activist who has the potential to mobilize the Kero, the youth and young, which Abiy used to come into the fort, to make it seem as if this young struggle is pushing the Ethiopian government to step down, but it's not. It's the Arab and the American who was using to make it seem like that. Otherwise, it's a plot, it's a conspiracy. They remove the power in order to put Abiy. But this Abiy guy is betraying whom he called his friend, his own political party. Lama, Jawar, the activists. At the end, everybody is going to end this way. Because it's not about Ethiopian politics. Those people, the only thing they use is money. So people like Joa, who stand firm for his own mission, has to be thrown and locked up in the prison. Because he doesn't have any room to exercise to accomplish his mission. Ethiopian politics already dies and buried. As of May 20, 2018, this colonialism policy was running. So, coming to my point, that's what's gonna happen. They did from inside out power crackdown. EPRDF was one party, a coalition of 4. They used the Arabs and American and Trump, the 2 parties, the Oromo Abiy was and the Amhara, to conspire with them, which they are all the way still. They are the one who sell our country. They are the one who's using the military to kill our country, our people. They are the one who's eliminating Amhara people, of which Amhara people is condemning the Tigray, which should have support, I would say. But they are, because the strategy is they will weaken or defeat the TPLF. At the end of the day, Amhara people, at the same time, they are defeating them. The North Party, the Orthodox Church, they are destroying the church. They are also eliminating Amhara people. So the people, unless they pause, stop, and try to realize and see the situation and wake up, instead of being used by them for their own destruction and for their days of their loved ones to be an instrumental tool. So this is where our mind have to come into play and be wise. And this is a very critical moment that we need to use our mind, not our hearts, not our emotions. Therefore, I recommend use your eyes, ears, and nose to be effective than your muscle, especially the muscle of your tongue. So much toxic and verbal. That's to your defeat. So number 1, so to look like a bird view, you need your historians to go back into history and see those patterns. Number 2, use your Sherlock. They say it Sherlock Holmes. So use your detectives. The opponent's key method they use to defeat people and to stir up conflict is lies. Bias, lies, false information, bias, narratives, distorted information as a bait to hook those who buy their bias and be trapped. Welcome to manipulation and deception that our enemies are using to defeat and conquer us, for we are entertaining a psychological war. Thus, our mind is the battlefield, so protect your mind by listening the information in the media with a grain of salt. Don't just take it as whatever, as a face value. The media is there for a purpose, to defeat you with false information. Because they are gambling in your mind to maneuver us to the direction they want us to follow, unless we fail to smell. I can smell a manipulation way from afar. This is also from experience. I'm sharing this to help you, to equip you, for you not to be hurt and to hurt others, and to be victimized. The Amhara society, not knowing, lack of knowledge. I said the first time is lack of knowledge. Try to educate people, inform, this is a situation. But With the grievance and hatred, I cannot help it. It's beyond my control. But what is unfolding is helping other people. They are being the instrument to cause other people harm, even their own people. So when I say not to harm yourself or others, the same person can do the same effect. Smell, you can smell the lie, you can smell what's not truth. You can sense it. Use your instincts. Don't doubt. Don't just also stop, oh, this is not normal. Yeah, it's not normal. The Western mentality and the other mentality is dominating. What is underneath motive? You have to check, smell, question, ask why. What's underneath motive? Don't just watch the media and say, this is not normal. What's behind? Because they are communicating, they have message. Who is doing this behind the scenes? This will help to identify the problem. In this case, the problem, who is our enemies? Who is doing this? If anybody is harming people on a larger scale, that's an enemy. I label that enemy. Even as an individual, somebody is against to harm, that's an enemy. Because that person is going to work for the betterment or for you in a positive way. Any person who doesn't want the best in you, but wants to harm you, that's enemy. So what is the seed they plot subtly? They sow seeds subtly here and there. That's a very dangerous. That's the approach, and it worked. Pay attention. So the game is how to gamble using manipulation and deception. How much you can take, how much you can be deceived, how much you respond to this, how much you react and act with your emotion. They tit for tat. That's when they score the point, because that's where they got you.